Here we go, folks, now. All lights are now certainly going to be lit. And it's pedal to the metal. And it is go, 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 go. Nicholas Longe away off the line. The fastest of all. Freddie Rasmussen might have got Jarno Opmeer immediately. Jarno a little slow away. And Rasmussen has taken full advantage here at this stage. The top 11 all decorated in soft compound of tyres. We got Philip Prejnader and Ulas Azurim going at it. But it's Longe who leads the way here at the get-go here at Silverstone.
We got a spin at the back. That's Joni Tormala that's unfortunately gone for a ride, as now they're all piling their way in towards Brooklyn's corner. Luke Smith is up the inside, now round the outside of Jarno Opmeer. It's been a torrid start for the Flying Dutchman, being overtaken by Freddie Rasmussen.
Jarno Opmeer now occupying third place after losing out early on. Freddie Rasmussen starting to poke around behind Nicholas Longe at this stage. A great chance here for the Red Bull to now take the lead on the opening lap. He doesn't even have DRS. He might not even need it. Going wheel to wheel straight away now with Nicholas Longe. Longe shuts the door. Opmeer now spies an opportunity and now looks for the move, heading through the inside of Stowe. The Flying Dutchman can't quite pull it off. Luke Smith, though, might have a chance in his own right. Goes side by side here, though, with Otis Lawrence, who puts the challenge down, lays down the challenge against the Alpine. And Otis, certainly Gotis, heading out of turn 18. The McLaren moves up to P4. Is Barry Borroman now on the attack. He is trying to elevate his places as quickly as possible. He's 13th place, trying to lift it to 12. They're not going to go 3 wide through Copse corner. Absolutely unbelievable. We've seen what's possible with 2 cars, but 3 is just a little bit silly. Heading through Maggots and Beckett's. Thomas Ronhaar now attacking Barry Borroman on the outside of Copse. Barry got tripped up heading through that fast right-hander, but it's not enough to upset Barry and allow Thomas Ronhaar through, but Ronhaar might get his chance heading down the straight.
How have they all come out of that unscathed? Here comes Thomas Ronhaar up the inside of Barry Burman, easy as you like, in towards Stowe corner. Barry Burman might lose another position now to Danny Bergene as they're 3 wide in towards the Vel chicane. A very late braking from both Thomas Ronhaar and Barry Burman, but here comes Danny Bergene on the offset of Club corner. It looks like Danny has been able to find his way through. They're still fighting it out in towards turn number 1. Danny Bergene through on Barry Burman, who just continues to tumble down the order.
Yeah, lap 5 of 26 concluded. We're on lap 5 now, should I say, and Longe takes them around the old paddock straight in towards the Copse corner. Rasmussen just teeing up in behind with Jarno Opmeer, waiting for his opportunity. They've just settled down a little bit. Ismail Fassi, though, not settling down one iota. Right at the wheel tracks here of Patrick Schipos as they head through the slalom of Maggots and Beckett's. Thomas Ronhaar on the tail of Fassi as well. As we heard an interview from Thomas Ronhaar recently, and really went into detail as well as to the difficulties surrounding his esports career. That was very dangerous from Fassi, very nearly losing the car, but tucked it through the inside. A stellar overtake from Ismail Fassi again, and he has certainly that ability of pulling a rabbit out of the hat on the odd occasion. And Ismail Fassi, he's certainly fast here in this initial stint, 5 laps in, and he's in 11th place and growing here downfield.
Freddie Rasmussen has been able to close up within half a tenth a second to the back of Nicholas Longe for the last 8 laps in towards Stowe corner, but has not been able to go for that move because he's not bothered for it. He's just hanging back, staying where he is.
Fantastic move here as well for Patrick Schipos to defend against Thomas Ronhaar heading out of turn 18. They got so close together. Ronhaar very nearly managing to upset the issue here for Patrick Schipos, of course, reserve driver here at Alpine, which is ironic considering he does race full time for them in F1 esports in itself, but obviously can only commit to a certain level or number of races. But great to see him back here tonight effectively. Very quickly went from the rookie of the team to becoming the team leader, because since then we've had the likes of Ruma Pedreño step into the Alpine team themselves. Alfie Butcher once again getting closer to Jake Benham. Interesting to note here that the 2 Haas drivers seem to be working together exceptionally well, with Ozyildirim in behind protecting against Philip Prejnader, as once again Butcher goes on the attack. He was within 2 tenths there.
And George, I want to turn the attention away from the race for a moment. Jorrit Jan van Geffen, thank you for the 10 gifted PSGL memberships to 10 lucky members in the live chat. Please do make sure you send your love to Jorrit there. That is absolutely incredible stuff. So well appreciated. Thank you.
Well, I want to say, Jorrit Jan van Geffen, for those of you who are not sure who he is, the owner of Sim Racing Centre. That's SRC, for those of you at home. If any of you are interested in checking them out. Plenty there to see. And a fantastic human being as well. Thank you so much, Jorrit. Jan van Heffen. Pit stops now already. Into the pits comes Jake Benham, Alfie Butcher as well as Jed Norgrove. Big calls here.
Very early pit stops for those three. Jake Benham will be the first man into the pits, followed by Alfie Butcher, then Jed Norgrove in behind. We'll see what tyres going to be fitted onto the Mercedes. It's mediums for Jake Benham, I'd imagine much the same for Alfie Butcher and Jed Norgrove, but that is a very, very early pit stop. The undercut is going to work out in the short term, George, but come the later laps in the Grand Prix when there's drivers behind with 2-3 lap fresher tyres, it's going to be difficult for these guys to keep them behind.
Yeah, certainly is. Jake Benham now making his way back onto the track, still with Alfie Butcher in behind him. Jed Norgrove, incidentally, obviously Jed Norgrove was P10 and fighting it out. I think he, obviously would be looking to try and strike this second stint with a little bit of urgency here, just to try and lift his prospects. Now, this will be interesting to see whether this undercut works out for them here. Obviously, if you are Freddie Rasmussen now, you might look to pull the plug here on Longay's run up at the front, because obviously knowing that others on the softs have now boxed onto the medium tyres, this is the time to push. And naturally, with the use of DRS, Freddie will want to put his quali pace into action here as he now makes his way out of Maggots and Beckett. He'll now go side by side here with Nicholas Longay, and just like magic, takes the lead of the race here in the Red Bull, grants him wings. He now flies in lap 10 and he leads heading into the pit lane. Just look at the train of cars as well further up. Jake Benham on the attack, looking for that net race lead and to take it away from Alfie Butcher in this stint here at this stage. Now, this could very much throw a spanner in the works. Otis Lawrence managing to usurp Jed Norgrove. Longay moving up to 14th as well. Norgrove losing place after place. He's under attack, and in comes now as well Jarno Opmeer. Outside line, he's going to take the two of them on as they head through now towards what will be Brooklands and Luffield. It will be the Flying Dutchman who usurps Yildirim, usurps Norgrove, and Norgrove, Yildirim and Smith are tying up further back.
And Ulashes Yildirim sent into a spin off the exit of Luffield corner. He's got no front wing on that Haas. His race has come completely undone in the matter of seconds. Ulashes Yildirim out of contention to take any points in this Grand Prix. He's got a pit now, George.
Yeah, he certainly does. No front wing on the front of the Haas at all. And Otis Lawrence on the attack this time as well. Further up, Jake Benham also on the attack as well with Alfie Butcher, the main victim. He might lose out twice because Rasmussen is wheel to wheel with him as well. Otis Lawrence, the young McLaren Shadow driver, looking to try and fight too, but now Benham and now Butcher fighting back. Oh, that's stellar from Alfie Butcher. He looked like he lost it, but he took it straight back, heading through Vale and Club Corner.
This is beautiful stuff. Alfie Butcher, Jake Benham putting on a show. Freddie Rasmussen, Otis Lawrence and Nicholas Longay all doing a fantastic job as well. There's Nicholas Longay up the inside of Otis Lawrence. In comes Jarno Opmeer now looking up the inside of the Frenchman through the loop section. These two fighting for position. Jarno Opmeer is going to come off second best this time by, but still the battling continues, heading down in towards Brooklands. Fantastic racing we're seeing here. In comes Luke Smith looking to the inside of Jarno Opmeer. No move to bet this time by, as Jarno Opmeer is going back around the outside of Luffield on Nicholas Longay. He's got bags of pace in the back of that Mercedes.
Yeah, he's looking for the overspeed as well on the exit, heading down the old paddock straight wheel to wheel now with Luke Smith. There's a battle further up as well as Ron Har and Fassi come together, but that's not the story. We've got to look at this fight because, of course, while all this goes on, great chance for those that are on the medium tyres from the start of the race to provide an overcut. Opmeer now defending against Luke Smith, again heading through Maggots and Beckett. Has done brilliantly to do so, as now in come the hard runners and one medium tyred user, that of course being Brendan Lee. Luke Smith back on the attack though of Jarno. They come together. There's a battle further up as well involving Freddie Rasmussen. Butcher now under attack. Benham now net race leader, as though more of them come together with all this fighting. All those that are boxing later on downfield, they're going to get the benefit of it because they have got the speed, they have got the pace.
Now the three leaders, Ismail Fassi, Simon Weigang and Barry Burman all coming into the pit lane. Here's Otis Lawrence on the attack of Freddie Rasmussen, and here comes Alfie Butcher up the inside of Jake Benham. Negative contact, Jake Benham's off the track, and now they're all going to be tumbling five drivers into one corner. Who's going to come out on top? Jake Benham and Alfie Butcher still fighting it out, but Jake Benham just about comes out on top this time by Otis Lawrence trying to find the moves on Freddie Rasmussen, and we've got about 7, 8, 9 cars Stewards in the fight for the lead of this race. So close to contact between Longuet and Otmir. Somehow the pair of them come out unscathed. Otmir's up the inside of Lawrence now.
Yeah, he certainly is. I tell you what, we're looking at a right blockbuster here now. Otis Lawrence has been on the attack of Freddie Rasmussen. The Great Dane said absolutely not. We're making his way around turn 18. Lawrence, though, is going to go straight on the reply. Wheel to wheel here with Freddie Rasmussen. Through towards Lovefield and Brooklands they go. Wheel to wheel they stay. Rasmussen holding on to position in P3. Lawrence now under attack. Through goes Otmir. Otmir now at the inside here at this stage. Through the old paddock straight to Mercedes with the opportunity. The ultimate opportunist. And it's Jarno Otmir. And he's now attacking Freddie Rasmussen. And he's got him here, Dan.
In towards Magnus and Beckett, side by side between Freddie Rasmussen and Jan Otmir. Freddie Rasmussen comes out on top on lap number 17 of 26 here, but something tells me Jan Otmir is not finished in this Grand Prix. Freddie Rasmussen now closing to the rear of Alfie Butcher and Jake Benham. They're all going to tumble in towards Stowe Corner. Who's going to come out on top? In comes Jan Otmir looking to the inside. He'll have the outside line on Freddie Rasmussen in towards Vale, but he's going to be boxed in by the Haas of Alfie Butcher, who slides his way through the corner. In comes Jan Otmir, still wheel to wheel between himself and Freddie Rasmussen. Freddie's still on top.
Freddie answered back brilliantly. Otmir did try him. He tested him. Laid down the foundations with Brendan Lee now in behind. Looking to come in and join the fight. This is outrageous. This is absolutely sensational. Benham still out in front. Here comes Presnader and Seaposs as well. They are battling, dueling here at the airfield here at Silverstone. They stay together, but Presnader batters back against Patrick Seaposs.
And in all of that, Otis Lawrence went for a spin. Here comes Brendan Lee up the inside, looking to fight his way onto the podium or get himself through on Jarno Otmir with 3-lap old soft tyres. He's going to have no problem getting through on this top 3. And Brendan Lee, starting from 17th on the grid, George, looking to go up the inside of Freddie Rasmussen into Copse Corner. Two former championship rivals on F1 2018, still fighting it out on 23. And Brendan Lee still getting the upper hand on Freddie.
Brendan Lee, the original. He was the original champion back in 2017 where the story started in F1 Esports. He is back here in PSGL. Some cite him to be back to his brilliant best. He's on 3-lap old softs. Butcher now and Benham coming together through Stowe Corner, and the Butcher brings down the knife upon young Jake Benham. The All-Star can't stop him, and they can't stop Brendan Lee. What a finale we have in prospect with 6 laps still to go. Ronha on the attack, and yellow flags are lit in Sector 2, but Rasmussen now is in trouble because here comes the sister Sauber. Of course, we saw Lee uproot Rasmussen earlier on, but here now again comes Thomas Ronha. Butcher now once again being attacked by Jake Benham, but he still has the lead advantage here, Dan.
That was Philip Presnader going around, as here's Thomas Ronha around the outside at the first part of Vale with the inside line. He'll make his way through and into the top 5. The two Saubers, after being knocked out in Q1, looking to take it to the leaders. Barry Burman as well arriving on the scene. Our first retirement of the day. Otis Lawrence in the pit lane calls it quits here this evening. But George, still 7 laps to go and you don't know where to look.
It's a mystery, everybody. Ismail Fassi now currently occupying that 7th place. Oh, he's got down the inside. Straight away of Brendan Lee. That was out of this world. That was outrageous from Ismail Fassi. Danny Berejnay now being attacked by Thomas Ronha on the outset. Now they make their way down the Wellington Straight once again. They got another stretch leading in towards what will be Vale and Club 3 wide, heading through this next section, and Benham once again asks the big questions, and Butcher is relegated to P3.
3 wide in towards Brooklands. You only get this here in PSGL. Beautiful stuff from Danny Berejnay to fight his way through on Alfie Butcher, who's now going to be at the mercy of all of the soft runners in behind. Thomas Ronha, he's got to stick on the move soon, because if Danny Berejnay gets through on Jake Benham, it could be curtains for this race. Danny Berejnay once again for the second lap running, hounding the rear of Jake Benham in towards Chapel Corner. This time by as they head down the hangar straight. Jake Benham with no DRS. Here comes Danny Berejnay looking to the inside, and on lap number 21 with no ERS in the battery will take the lead.
Outrageous from Danny Berejnay. He has been one of the most longest served drivers in F1 Esports now. is decorated in terms of landing championships for the likes of Brendan Lee. He was his teammate back at Mercedes. He's Otmir's teammate this time around after being his teammate at Alfa Romeo Sauber when he would take his first ever F1 esports title. Berejnay now, after winning back at Portimao, is back in a position he is used he's used to here at this stage, certainly here in round 3. This could be a second victory this season here for Danny Berejnay. Jake Benham has been sensational, boxing early, he's on the mediums and he's battered off all those drivers on the faster soft tyres. This has been a true testament of ability, not just from Benham but from Butcher as well, and Ronha is on their tail. We have got one fascinating encounter to come. I cannot believe we've only got 4 laps left.
And something tells me I just don't see it dying down as we reach the last few laps of this Grand Prix. Something's happened to Nicholas Longo. That's your pole sitter down in 15th position. Shanika Clay as well, letting everyone go through. Might be some damage on to his McLaren. Meanwhile, oh my word, is that Barry Burman on the attack of Ronha?
Barry Burman, they very nearly went 3 wide on the entry into Maggots and Beckett, but they decided against it. Very smart, if I say so myself, as they now head down the back straight once again. Ismail Fassi looking to come into the race. Barry going defensive. Further back, we have side-by-side action between Otmir and Weigang as they make their way through. Otmir retaining on to 10th place. Ronha still in 4th, peppering the back of Alfie Butcher's car. But I have to say, Benham and Butcher, what a drive they have put in. Berejnay, the only man on the soft tyres who could thwart them. We've had also some penalties distributed to Nicholas Longo. He's got 3 seconds against his name, but there are warnings up at the front as well. Danny Berejnay, 3 warnings downfield. No warnings for Jake Benham, but nonetheless, Benham goes on the attack here. One more lap after this one, and Benham, the All-Star, takes the lead of the race here at Silverstone. Mercedes with a car on top. It's not Jarno Otmir, it's his teammate, Jake Benham.
And to be fair to him, I counted him out at one point. I take it back completely. Jake Benham is not here to play. Does Danny Berejnay have any answer on the last lap of this Grand Prix? Or is he going to play the rear gunner to his Mercedes esports compatriot and try and defend from Alfie Butcher, who's still got a bone to pick with Danny Berejnay at this point? Could it be a 1-2 for the young English stars of Jake Benham and Alfie Butcher? We'll have to wait and see, but Jake Benham still plenty of battery to dispose of. He'll be leading away from Danny Berejnay, and there's a Haas coming up as well. I wonder, could Jake maybe get some DRS here?
There could be a potential matter of DRS because Ulas Yildirim is currently making his way out of turn 8 at Woodcote down the old Paddock Straight, and Benham is starting to sort of veer up on him here. He might get the benefits coming out to Maggots and Beckett. This is a great opportunity for Benham, who hasn't won a race since all the way back last season at the very first round, which was incidentally round 3 at Zandvoort. This would be a welcome return here for the All-Star, who makes his way through the weaving rights and lefts of Maggots and Beckett this time around, and he's broken clear of Danny Berejnay here at this stage. No DRS for him, but he might have done enough. The ERS provided that protective buffer. He will lead through Stowe, a leader in this race, and heading through towards the club corner out of Vale. What a dream day, a dream race, a dream strategy it is for the All-Star. He is an All-Star. It's Jake Benham. He wins the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone.
Oh, what a beautiful performance from everyone here this evening, George. Absolutely fantastic race. Jake Benham with the undercut strategy on this game. That is not preferred whatsoever. You're supposed to lose when you go for the undercut later on in the Grand Prix. Jake Benham has been able to hang on and win ahead of Danny Berejnay, Alfie Butcher, Thomas Ronha and Barry Burman. 3 drivers starting outside the top 10, eliminated in Q1 and Q2, make their way into the top 5. What an unpredictable, tumultuous British Grand Prix we've had today, and Jake Benham comes out on top.
Eat your heart out.
Desperately trying to hang on. He's got the inside off. Here he's through on the left hand side. Hooks the apex, gets on the power nicely, and that is job done. Jarno Otmir now to the last couple of corners now. His finest drive, his greatest drive, and he's done it at the Circuit of the Americas. He returns to the top step of the podium once again. The GOAT is back. Jarno Opmeer wins the US Grand Prix in a stunning Grand Prix.